Hey Dreamers, Bryce here from Midnight Notion, singer-songwriter, musician, and a big fan of Metallica. I spent 115 days grading every single song they've released so far, and I still have a handful of ties to break. So let's break one of those ties in today's battle for 15th place. Cue the intro.
So Ted, give it to me now!
For the best Metallica song! Until It Sleeps versus the Judas Kiss. Once again, we have a battle of two songs that sound completely different from two completely different eras, almost, I guess, 10 years apart or maybe more. I'm excited to get in this one, and since they sound so drastically different, we can only compare them on the following criteria: structure, flow, melody, engagement, and lyrics. At the end of the battle, we'll find out who wins, but I want you to play along in the comments below as you're watching. Tell me who wins each round and who wins overall. But first off, hit that subscribe button, because you know what? Subscribing makes everything better. Just everything in the world gets better if you do it. You don't know until you try, so you better just try it. Let's do this thing. Here we go. Whoosh. Round one, structure. Let's take a look at Until It Sleeps first. This one's pretty simple. We got a main riff, which you could argue is actually just the verse riff, because it goes straight into the verse. We don't even really get a riff. We just go right into the song. And then we've got a pre-chorus. I'm calling this pre-chorus because the lyrics change throughout the song slightly. And even though the section repeats, it is different each time we come back. And it isn't, I guess, the official chorus in my opinion. We got that main riff again, which is really, again, you could argue is just the verse riff. And then we go into another pre-chorus. This is an intriguing structure. We've already had two verses, two pre-choruses, and no chorus until now. This is the chorus, in my opinion. These pre-choruses and choruses are, I believe, in 6/4. You could count it in 3 if you want, but a little bit different from the 4/4 in the main sections, so that's cool. And then we have a main riff again, which once more goes into a verse. Very intriguing. 2 verses, and then a chorus, and then a verse again, a pre-chorus, another chorus, and then we got the solo, which is really kind of, I don't know, under the main riff, if you will. There is a build-up at the end of this solo with a Don't Want It, and you could argue that's a bridge verse, but because it's so few lyrics, I'm gonna just keep this under the solo category and just pretend that those lyrics are part of the solo, right? Then we got the pre-chorus again. We got a second pre-chorus, and then we've got, instead of the chorus again, we've got a main riff. So already this structure is very unique to their whole catalog. Yes, we've got verse, verse, chorus, a bridge in the solo, and then if you want to call this the chorus, then we have verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. I don't know. However you put this down, however you divide this structure up, we have something very unique here. It's no longer falling into that same ABCB structure that we have every other song. So it's very unique. And on top of that, we get time signature changes in the pre-chorus and chorus. So very interesting structure. Let's see how the Judas Kiss matches up. With the Judas Kiss, we start with an intro that goes on for quite a bit. The intro is actually in 2 different sections, and we'll come back to this later, but really it kind of goes on for a while until we get to this main riff. I would call this the main riff, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to call this the hook. Da-na-na-na. This part comes back throughout the song, and so I'm calling it the hook for now. And then we've got the main verse, which the verse has a setup. They have an establishing shot of the riff on its own without singing before we get to the singing. We've got ourselves a chorus, which is one of the best choruses on the record. We heard this chorus from the Mission Metallica website. It was one of the first little snippets we got to hear of the record, so really exciting there. Back to the main riff, another hook. You could argue that this hook is just part of the main riff. Next verse. Next chorus, so similar structure to most songs, verse, chorus. And then we've got the breakdown, question mark. I'm going to call this a breakdown for now. You could name it whatever you want. You could call it a bridge if you want, but it has sort of elements of that hook to it. And I think that's worth noting, that we climb into return to that intro, right? The second half of the intro comes back again. And with those kick drum hits, we build into the solo, which builds and goes all over the place. We hear elements of the main riff, we hear elements of the breakdown, we hear elements of the chorus, and then we get to what I'm going to call the bridge verse, because it's just a nice little stop. It's a nice little tiny little section, and then we're back into this hook, and after a couple of hits we go back into another solo, and then we're back to we're not back to, but we've entered the bridge. And I really wanted to call this the breakdown, but I didn't want to call the early, because this feels like it's bringing everything down, but it is kind of its own section, so we'll call it the bridge for now, because there is a verse involved with it, a bridge verse, and then we're back to the chorus. We have that main riff again, and then I'm actually going to call this section the outro, because it's a little bit different. It's kind of its own piece. And then we call back to the earlier breakdown from the second chorus, and then a hook to finish off the song. So let's take out all the riffs. We've got verse, chorus, bridge, bridge, chorus. So really, this is a fairly standard structure, but it's interesting because they have two separate solos with a little verse in between. They're reusing the hook multiple times throughout the song, so that's really nice. And then importantly, we do have to discuss that this song also has a lot of time signature changes. So while Until It Sleeps has a pretty unique structure to their whole catalog, it only has a handful of pieces to it. You have the main riff and the verse as the same riff, so we'll count it as one. We have a pre-chorus and we have a chorus, and that's most of the song. There's a little climb down in the solo section, which is kind of your fourth piece, but altogether there's really only 4 parts. On the other side, the Judas Kiss has so many parts to it that I could probably name more sections than just what I put in the structure. I could say that, we could call the hook, we could call riff 2, riff 3, riff 4, riff 5. There are so many pieces to the song. Is having more pieces better, or is it convoluted? Is it too much? It's a difficult question to answer, and ultimately I have to remember I'm not talking about flow, I'm talking about structure. As far as structure is concerned, lyrically, the Judas Kiss is same as every other song ever, and Until It Sleeps has a pretty unique lyrical structure. But when you look at composition structure, Until It Sleeps feels 4/4 all the way through. Even though they have those 6/4 measures in the pre-chorus and chorus, it still feels like a straight solid beat almost all the way through with almost no breakdowns. It's pretty much that same groove all the way through. And then when you look at the Judas Kiss, we have syncopation, we have hits, we have stops, we have tom grooves, we have snare, we have a 3/4 section, we have odd time signatures all the way throughout. It is they even on their 4/4 measures, on their straight common time measures, they are playing in odd note choices. They're breaking up you go back to my video, I discussed a little bit more in my review of the Judas Kiss. But when you really look at the composition of Judas Kiss, it is very, very masterful. The winner of this round, the Judas Kiss. Flow. While the Judas Kiss has so many pieces and they guide themselves through each piece with almost with ease. They do maybe have a little bit of setup before the verse and before each new riff, but it is really, you got to celebrate how well they navigate between each section. But you can't deny it. Until It Sleeps just moves. They don't wait at all. They just get right into the singing. The verse starts right away, and you're grooving and you're moving. We go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up higher, we come down, we go up higher, we come down. Very cool groove. In my opinion, clear winner for flow, Until It Sleeps. Melody. This one's difficult because I think that the Judas Kiss's chorus is one of their more catchy choruses in their entire discography. Bow down, sell your soul to me. I think it's really, really catchy. And I think that riff, just the guitar riff alone, really super melodic, really super fun. Even the solos in this song are really top notch. They're some of the better pieces of Death Magnetic's whole record. So you gotta applaud that, but you can't get much more melodic than Until It Sleeps. Starting off with that nice, I think it's a fretless bass, I think we decided. It's a fretless bass. We've got clean guitars, we've got heavy guitars, we've got building up, we got building down, we've got some really emotional singing. Listen to James's voice in the song. So tell me why you've chosen me. He's not like grit all the way through. With the Judas Kiss, it's mostly just ah, ba 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 ba. And with Until It Sleeps, we get this nice little soft, he gets to really work with his range, not just in note choice, but in volume and in aggression, right? The lack of aggression versus the just overall Until It Sleeps. Until it sleeps. The range is incredible. Melodically, you can't deny it. The winner, Until It Sleeps. Engagement. Unfortunately, I don't think either of these songs lend them well to a first-time listener. There is a nice little stop at the end of the chorus of the Judas Kiss where there's cannot resist, bump, bump, the Judas Kiss, but it's not a full stop. It's not like King Nothing or Enter Sandman or Master Puppets. It's not a full stop, you sing this part while no music plays. It does have hits that sort of kind of conflict with the Judas Kiss, right? His rhythm is Judas, but the rhythm it's a different rhythm than what he's singing, and that sort of breaks the flow of what makes something really easy to sing along with. The verses, I guess you could catch on to the so what now, where go I, even though I thought it was where do I the first time I heard the song, or the first several times I heard the song. So I don't think there's a lot of singing parts. What Judas Kiss has as a benefit is at the very beginning, those stops with the kick drum, bump, 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 and it stops, but then it comes in the solo again, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, hey, hey, hey. Really excellent spot there. And once the whole crowd gets used to the chorus, Bow Down is really fun to sing. Let's compare it to Until It Sleeps. Once again, there's not a whole lot of room for learning the vocals up front, but what they do, and we'll talk about this in the lyrics section, is they do set you up for success by ending the phrase with so hold me. It's something, so hold me. It's something, so hold me. They do that so many times that it's really easy to catch on to that. And because they don't stop you from bobbing your head, because the flow is smooth, the engagement is all that we need. The winner for this round, Until It Sleeps. Round 5, lyrics. Let's take a look at Until It Sleeps. Like I said, we have a very interesting structure because so tear me open. Let's compare the pre-verses. So tear me open, pour me out. So tear me open, but beware. There's things inside that scream and shout. There's things inside without a care. All right, very similar structure. So tear me open starts it off, and there's things inside is the next line. Essentially, this is kind of a form of anaphora because it is repeating the same structure, but they're giving you a different rhyme scheme. Instead of pour me out, we have but beware, all right? And the pain still hates me, and the dirt still stains me. So wash me until I'm clean, so hold me until it sleeps. This is very, very cool to me. So the structure is, so tear me open, there's things inside, me, something does something to me, and the something does something to me, right? And the verb, and the noun verbs me, so hold me, or so, I guess, verb me, and then a line. And they use the hook of the song, or the title of the song, Until It Sleeps, because we're going into a second verse, right? We're not going into the chorus. Whereas here, so wash me until it sleeps, doesn't maybe lend itself the same way because we're going into a chorus that ends with until it sleeps. So you have the option when you're songwriting to use that hook as a tagline to every verse and the chorus. But I think this is a smart choice to not overdo it by saving it, by holding on to it. But you're like teasing it here. We're all expecting to hear until it sleeps, but you get until I'm clean. And so we talk about gripping and staining and hating and holding, and then until it sleeps, right? Let's look at the future ones. I'll tear me open, make you gone. It still has tear, but it's me. I'm doing this. I'll tear me open and I'll make you gone, right? Oh, this is interesting. No more can you hurt anyone. All right, this is breaking it. The things inside, we're letting those things out. We're going to tell everybody about it. We're going to release the pain. But the fear still shakes me, all right? The fear of doing all this is very uncomfortable. This is a person gripping with the things inside, battling with those bottled up emotions, trying to release them, but being afraid to release them and needing that support from someone else. So hold me until it sleeps, until whatever it is inside me sleeps. Let's look at the last one. So tear me open, but beware. Is that familiar? That's the second one. Tear me open, but beware. Things inside without a care, and the dirt still stains me. So wash me till I'm clean. I like this. I like this. The website has decided that it's just wash me ellipses till clean. I swear in the song I hear till I'm clean, but I guess we'll give them this one. Then I'll tear me open, make you gone. Okay, so that looks like it is the third one. No longer will you hurt anyone. And the hate still shapes me. So there we have a change again. Instead of the fear still shakes me, do we have, no, the hate, the dirt that stains, the fear that shakes, and the dirt that stains. So this is brand new, and the hate still shapes me. So hold me until it sleeps. So there's a lot of bottled up. This is a deep, dark, troubling song, and I really like what's happening. Once again, we don't have any major large words in use here, but we're not grading this on its vocabulary. A song doesn't need to have college level vocabulary because what it has is some really brilliant symbolism going on. They are really describing the troubles inside in so many different ways. And I think my favorite line is, just like the curse, just like the stray, you feed it once and now it stays, right? So a stray, like a stray cat, a stray dog, a stray animal, if you feed it, it'll stay around because it gets addicted to your food. And so the curse, if you feed the curse, it stays as well. And the curse could be the alcoholism, the drug addiction, the whatever your vice is. It is inside and it's gonna stay because I've been feeding it, and it's just no matter what you do, it keeps coming back, and just so troubling. I love these lyrics. They're haunting. They're beautiful, but they're hauntingly beautiful. Let's take a look at the Judas Kiss. So right off the bat, we have an example of an afro. We've talked about this a lot on my channel. When is the first line. When this, when this, when this, when this. When this, when this, when this. Look at how many times when shows up. When you think it's all said and done. When the storm has blacked your sky. When the ego strips your reign. So this song already, I can tell right off the bat, we have a little bit more colorful lyrics in this one. We have fear abducts your tongue. I mean, I guess that's not a big one, but twisting on the tourniquet. We have a lot of twisting going on. I'm noticing a pattern. Twisting, turning through the never, but twisting shows up in a lot of their songs. Selfish, ridden, dead goodbyes. Pacify your demons. The storm has blacked your sky. Blackened is the end. Intuition, crucify. Right? And there's a lot of, I don't know. I don't want to call them large words. They're not college words, but internalize and decimate. When's the last time you said either of those words? I'm assuming you've probably used patronize and complicate before. Right? You've used them, but it's not a regular everyday, like you don't use it multiple times a day. Into abyss, right? Submit infectiously. I don't know. I guess we're talking a lot about infections lately because of the times. Yay, pandemic. But really, I mean, it's using a little bit more, I guess, for lack of a better word, I'm calling it colorful language. Not colorful as in bad language, but as in just unique word choices. And I appreciate that a lot more. What is happening in the song? Well, first off, the Judas Kiss is a sign of betrayal. You cannot resist the Judas Kiss. So maybe the whole thing is about bowing down and selling your soul to me. Maybe this is the devil, the serpent, or any sort of, I guess, again, noting that it's James writing these lyrics, probably some form of addiction. Sell your soul to the addiction. I'll set you free, right? I will rid you from the pain that you experience in your daily life. Pacify your demons. The demons are put out by this addiction. Let's repeat this again. The chorus is just the same 4 lines, the same quatrain twice, and then finalized with the tag of into abyss, you don't exist, cannot resist the Judas Kiss, right? You cannot resist the temptation to betray yourself in order to escape, I guess, yourself. You don't exist anymore because you're high. Let's take a look at this little breakdown bridge verse. Followed you from dawn of time, whispered thoughts into your mind, watched your towers hit the ground, lured your children never found. All right, so this is just the embodiment of evil. Followed you from the beginning of time, right? What was one of the first things in the existence of the world? And then whispered thoughts. This is mind control, right? Telling you what to do. Eat the apple, right? Take the apple from the tree. Watch your towers hit the ground. Lured your children, never found, right? The abductors that are taking children, all the voice of the serpent, if you will. Helped your kings abuse their crown, right? This is all kinds of abuse of power in the heart of feeble man. Plant the seed of my own plan. Strong and powerful will fall. Find a piece of me and all. Inside you all. Very, very cool. Just the devil speaking out about all the things that it has done and how it is there for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. But then the Judas Kiss, I'm actually a betrayer. So really cool lyrics. I don't have much of an issue with it. I do like the structure of the verses, how we've got a quatrain with a break. What now? Where go I? And then we have another quatrain, or I guess this is 5 lines, and then another breakdown, right? Another halftime groove, and then we have one more line before the chorus. So it's a cool structure. A section with a little break, another section, another break, and then we break the pattern by having just one single section and then a couple of hits before the chorus. So again, you don't have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, repeat, repeat, repeat. You can always play with the structure of your lyrics. You can always set patterns and break them to make something interesting. And that's what they've done here. So when it all comes down to it, we are pitting a song about the devil trying to convince people to do bad things versus a song about a person who has done bad things and really wants to get better. And I guess, you know what? I like the colorful language in the Judas Kiss. I love the word choices. I love the build into the final chorus. I think it's really poignant and beautiful, but I believe that there are a lot of people suffering in this world that need help. And I believe that asking for help is something so brave and strong and powerful. If you're out there and you're having troubles and you actually have what it takes to reach out for help, you should get that support that you need. So you have my support. I'm with you. I hope you're with me. Let's give all the points lyrically to Until It Sleeps. And so I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone that with a 4-1 score, the winner is Until It Sleeps. If you think the Judas Kiss should have been higher up, should have gotten a 15th place, and that Until It Sleeps should have gotten 16th, let me know in the comments below. But if you agree with me, also let me know. I want to know who won each section for you in your opinion. Make sure you check out Midnight Notion. My music is available all over the interwebs. And if you do follow, you might get a new song sometime in the near future that has, a little bit of Until It Sleeps references. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm not saying when it comes out, but it's coming. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because tomorrow we're going to be fighting for 11th place. It's a 3-way tie between Creeping Death, Fuel, and Now That We're Dead. Which one's going to win? There's only one way to find out. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. You're awesome.